Não estou. Não. Estás average? Pois, mas foi exatamente isso que eu fui ver. Não, estou fixe até. Não, há pessoas aí que não têm nada referente ao Natal. Eu tenho uma árvore aqui. E é a melhor árvore de tudo sempre, mano. Yeah. Em demasia não. Tipo, tá tranquilo, yeah.
I got bribed to make this video.
Bom, olha, contexto. Supostamente, eu não vi este vídeo, né? Supostamente isto aqui é um rapaz que deu expose aos sites de casino de CS. E bem. E nós vamos assistir agora. 11 Vitória Sport Club, agora pelo Fulham.
I got bribed to make this video twice, actually, to expose a casino's business rivals. Here's a screenshot calling it a bounty and a sponsorship in exchange for a video. Now, I didn't take the money. In fact, I'm quite angry about it. Not just because these people thought I was for sale, but because they offered me a dollar amount that was way too low. Now, everyone has seen those headlines of casinos paying millions a year for influencers to sell their soul. So when they approached me, I was expecting a lot. Instead, they offered $20,000 to the guy in the $10 million studio. Ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't even cover the electricity bill. Now, to be clear, we would never take a
Este é mesmo o estúdio dele?
bribe of any size. This show is funded by $5 a month on Patreon. That's where the real money is. But either way, I had a dilemma. Clearly, these people thought I could be bought. If I ignored their bribe, new viewers might be confused. I needed to send a message, and I needed to send it fast. So I decided on this.
Eu não conheço o gajo, mas tipo, isto a ser mesmo o estúdio dele.
Rather than expose just their competitors in the gambling scene, what if we exposed everyone? Starting first with the people who offered me money. Welcome to the Counter-Strike Gambling Investigation, a multi-part series where we're going to be talking about a video game that has created an underage gambling epidemic that makes hundreds of millions, even billions a year. Now, some people thought it stopped in 2016, but they couldn't be more wrong. The world of Counter-Strike gambling is still massive, and nobody wants to talk about it because most of them are making too much money. Those who do speak out have faced consequences, so we've got to be careful. Either way, let's get started.
Bomb has been planted.
I've gotta say, Coffee, I'm really proud you're taking on the bad guys. He's defusing! You know, I've been playing Counter-Strike for years, and honestly, the bots are really out of control.
The bots? But you know we're doing a gambling thing. Besides, you're a bot.
Not according to them. Woo! Another ace.
I don't have time for this. You begged me to be my sidekick. Are you gonna help or not?
Hey, I can multitask. What do you need?
I need to find the bad guy. I've interviewed like 40 people for this story. They all claim to be the victim. They're all pointing fingers.
Sounds pretty human to me. Maybe all you really need is a more objective view. Go ahead. Lay it on me.
Well, everything comes back to one moment. When protesters raided the tournament.
Wait, protesters? At a tournament?
Yeah, protesters at the PGL Majors in Copenhagen.
É verdade, mano. Partiram o troféu, mano.
It was one of the biggest esports tournaments ever for Counter-Strike. 1.8 million watching, over 1 million in the prize pool. It was hosted at Royal Arena. It was a big deal. And everything was going smoothly until suddenly people rushed the stage. The crowd was panicked. No one knew what was going on. Someone broke the trophy on stage. And turns out there were people handcuffing themselves outside. Nobody knew what was going on. They were upset about CSGO Roll, a gambling website that sponsored one of the teams called G2.
Huh. Some kind of overzealous advocate, maybe?
No, not like you'd think. I found out that the protesters had been paid to be there by a rival casino called CSGO Empire.
A casino protesting a casino. How'd you find that one?
Funny you should ask. Let me introduce you to our first character, the owner of CSGO Empire. He calls himself Monarch. He live streamed himself doing the whole thing.
Foda-se, já me tinha esquecido que o deficiente do CSGO Empire era este.
Oh, an exhibitionist.
You have no idea.
If G2 is gonna be playing on the stage, I was planning if somebody's going to Germany, or if you have any friends in Germany, I can pay you a good amount of money. Just come to my DMs and I can pay you a good amount of money if you run on the stage in the middle of the game and glue yourself on the stage, or even better, if you put like handcuffs. If you can handcuff yourself on one of the computers or one of the tables, I will pay you decent money.
They need to go in, even if there's a security guard, even if they're gonna be taken away. If somebody goes home walking, they will be fired.
And I'm so dedicated to this. Like, if I'm in a war, I'm gonna be fighting to the end.
Wow, this guy is just shameless.
Yeah, but it gets much worse.
Fodeu-te a vida, ele ou o Igas?
Someone from Monarch's team at this point decides to text me. He offered me a bounty to cover the story. I'd already gotten a similar email offering me. He offered me a.
I have been found to do scam, and I love to collaborate.
Bounty to cover the story. I'd already gotten a similar email offering.
I'd like to offer you a briefing.
Me 20 grand to expose the scam casino in that group.
Obviously, you.
Ladrão a reclamar de outro ladrão. E há por causa do expose que ele quis dar ao pessoal da Roll tudo que usava o Empire em grande volume do Lobano também.
Said yes. No. Right.
Right. Of course, I said no. I can't take their money. But I did want to speak with Monarch. I texted them back saying,
70k? 70k? Descansa em paz, Tony.
I'll take the info, but
70k?
I also wanted to...
Mas que tu és multimilionário? Ou a tua conta bancária era a Steam?
text CSGO Roll's owner and ask them the same thing. I want their side of the story too.
And?
Well, CSGO Roll's owner is named Killian. He said it's a one-sided harassment campaign. Monarch, on the other hand, says something much different. He admits to attacking CSGO Roll, but basically says he's attacking all the influencers that work for him. They're on this wall of shame that he's going after.
They have made millions and millions of...
Pausei isso. Pausei. Mas não apetecia muito. A não ser que o Igas enviasse o... Yeah. Se o Igas enviasse a Steam era top para eu ver o inventário dele. Se ele está a trade ban, não consegues ver. Se ele meter público dá para ver ou não? Não dá para ver se ele meter privado. Pois. Trade ban não dá para ver? Ah. BR está com o Community ban e acho que consegues ver as cenas dele. E tira print, tira print. Eu acredito na tua palavra, mano. Descansa em paz, Tony. I believe in your word. Olha o pulo. Ai, que fofinho esse coisinho que tem atrás do teu nome. Coração do pixel roxo. Together for good. Olha, bom Natal para ti, ó pulo. Tudo bom para ti, meu amor lindo. Que puta, moço.
User in your channel timed out.
Isso é nonsense, pessoal não tem noção da quantidade de gente que usa o Empire para trades, nem quem usa. Mano, isto é absurdo, mano. Isto ainda é pior do que eu ver as minhas trocas e ver a quantidade de Titanolos e etc que eu tive nas mãos. Não, ridículo, Wigas, ridículo.
euros from illegal casinos. And what I am going to do is I'm going to be delivering justice to these motherfuckers. Tax investigations are coming. People are gonna be going to jail. YouTube channels, Twitch channels, Kick channels, Twitters, they're gonna be banned. And I will deliver justice to these motherfuckers.
Wall of shame? What is up with this guy?
Like I told you, Monarch sees himself as like a scam buster or something.
He thinks he's you.
No, he said something else actually.
I identify myself as some sort of a hero in this in this story. It's very important.
Alguém considera o monarca um herói nesta história? Quem está a par da história? Ok.
Important to note actually that Killian is not the only target. Like we are having war with other sides as well, and I have a track record. Like before this CS:GO drama, I've been doing this thing for many years actually.
That's really his main defense. He does this to everyone.
Maybe it's true. Maybe he's just got a screw loose.
No, the attacks here are more personal. And I found out Killian and Monarch aren't just competitors, they used to be business partners.
I made a company 10 years ago with Killian, who stole my company. The second company I made, he bribed people to have my company shut down. The third company, which is my current big company, which I made all my money, bought my castles and he's been trying to do. Killian has been trying to do everything to take me down, get me arrested, get me killed. Killian is a f***ing psychopath, and these motherfuckers are Killian's minions. And I'm going to be taking down every single one of these motherfuckers.
So Killian betrayed Monarch.
Depends on who you believe. The point is, this isn't so much about justice, it's kind of about revenge.
The beautiful thing about revenge is that there is no deadlines. You know, you can do it whenever. You know, life is long and you can do it whenever. By the way, I don't mind the guns and stuff. It's like just fun and games. What is coming for you is something different. There will be people going to prison. There will be severe consequences. There will be interesting stuff coming.
Coffee, I'm starting to worry this is a BetterHelp segue into couples counseling.
No, I wouldn't scam you. Look, I'm just trying to show who this guy is and what he wants.
Look, I'm not trying to ruin your Mindhunter episode, but sometimes it really is as simple as an unhinged internet tough guy.
Não, definitivamente, acho que definitivamente. Eu acho que eles veem o dinheiro que têm e acham que isso lhes dá estatuto. Desculpa, Bernardo Juliano. A banwave que houve na altura em quem usava o em alto volume nunca mais vai levar um ban. Isto na altura foi grande. Eu sei, eu lembro-me.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too, but it's how people talked about this guy. When I interviewed them, they would just freeze when I mentioned his name. Honestly, it was bizarre.
The thing that honestly upsets me about the whole Monarch thing, and this is what's been so hard about the story, people will not give their real opinion because everyone says they're scared. You and I were having a nice chat. Can't talk about the Monarch. Why?
I'm Bro, the weather was like really nice today outside.
Dude, come on! Tell me what's going on!
I can't.
Everybody talks behind the scenes. Everyone talks behind the scenes. Everyone talks. Nobody talks in front of the camera. Why? He intimidates you guys? Well, no. Not you guys. He's intimidating someone else and everyone doesn't want that to happen to them. Is that it?
I think it's just... No, I'm not gonna say anything.
That is crazy.
Explica
It's
como
like
estamos a ver. És o podrezago. Estamos a ver uma cena de casinos ilegais de CS e acho que é expose, ainda não percebi muito bem.
real life Voldemort.
I know. Most people were scared to even talk.
Acho que até agora foi só contexto e meio que esta parte eu já estava à parte.
For one of the names on Monarch's Wall of Shame.
Yeah, I'm Grim. I've been doing Cisco gambling for about a decade, and I have been doing it as a content creator for probably like almost 8 years now.
Can you take us from the beginning of your relationship with Monarch and just tell the story as you see it?
Right. So it's been like almost a year now, so it's a little bit hard to like get the timeline like completely right on top of my head. But it started around May last year. Is when the I guess included beef initially started. It was mostly just on Twitter.
When a scam site and you know it, you're trying to leverage the benefit of the doubt. It has been demonstrated that killing casinos. Mano, mas este gajo faz muita confusão, mano. Que é, insulta o pessoal que usa o outro casino para o pessoal ir usar o casino dele.
They essentially started like threatening me and told me that I needed to drop CSGO role or else, right? I then responded by posting a tweet myself with the screenshot of what he said, calling him out for it.
Tchau, Juju. Bom Natal.
And telling him to come at me with everything he's got. Which, you know, in retrospect, massive mistake. I've known him for a while, a few years before this. He's never done anything like this that I have seen before. He might have done it like privately without, like you said, you talk to other people that had similar stories, right? But I just haven't spoken about it. And I think maybe that's what has happened before. But that's initially how it went down, yeah. He DM'd me, I made my tweet, and he went after me ever since.
So you say, come after me with everything you got.
Yeah, I think I use the word full thrust because he keeps telling me every time he does something, was this full thrust enough? Like it's like stuck in his head that I use the term full thrust.
Go all in, full thrust. If everybody goes full thrust, that's again when we go full thrust again.
I started getting screenshots from people that are inside one of his Discord. He's got multiple ones that he uses for his quote-unquote cult, the Jofa cult he calls it, where they were talking about spraying some flyers around my city, this and that. A lot of crazy ones that he luckily didn't do. But then nothing really happened for a few months because this was back in May. And in around September, I all of a sudden wake up to a bunch of missed calls from family, friends, everything, right? I get told that they had posted flyers everywhere in my city. And I mean everywhere. High schools, malls, people's cars, in their mailboxes. Monarch himself said they did around 30,000 flyers, and there's about 30,000 people in my city. So they basically spread it everywhere. That had like a picture of CSGO Roll, me, my house, my cars, saying that like I'm scamming people in my city. That's essentially how it started with the flyers.
Porra.
What the Coffee? This is like a personalized harassment.
Agora eu percebo o porquê da malta ter medo de falar, mano. Que o Monark é mesmo doente. Yeah. Porra.
Campaign.
I know.
Bom dia, bom dia. Bom Natal para ti, Maria Novaes. Beijinho grande para ti e para os teus.
Oh. But what freaked me out is that Monarch doesn't deny any of it. He thinks it's justified.
Yeah, there's this one case, this YouTuber called Grim, who lives in Norway.
Yeah.
We work times about like various things. So he's one of Killian's main advertisers. He's made at least $6 million from blatantly promoting this scam. He's basically, for many years, he's been streaming like every day, playing on CSGO Roll.
Não, tem.
And
E a cena é que ele tem mesmo muito dinheiro. E este dinheiro, na cabeça dele, tá, é a mesma coisa que influência.
Making YouTube videos there, just blatantly scamming his audience and making tons of money. And he has this like...
Mas imagina, não é bem expose porque o Monark faz questão de que tudo seja público. Ele não se importa, mano. Imagina, quanto mais tempo de antena este gajo tem, mais feliz ele fica, porque acha que a palavra dele está a ser partilhada.
Kind of like has this mansion in Norway.
Eu acho que ele é tipo número, mano. Bem ou mal, o que interessa é que falem, mano.
Where he has like his Lamborghinis parked outside. We gave these flyers to like the full town. The full town got these flyers that has Grim's face on it, and it explains like how he's made his money by.
Ó, João. João. O João está preso em algum lado, porque ele está... Está a miar. Deixa eu ver onde é que ele está preso. Segundo. Descansem em paz, Tony. Passou-se só. Não estava preso em lado nenhum. Estava só a miar na porta do quarto da minha mãe. O site dele é legal. Pedro, acho que nenhum dos dois é legal. Imagina, nenhum dos dois é legal cá em Portugal, pelo menos. Não sei se o Empire já deve ser legal em algum sítio. Mas acho que o role à descarada, tipo, se tu ganhasses lá muito dinheiro, não te deixavam usar dinheiro. Acho que era isso. Mas tipo, à descarada. Tipo, prendia-te a conta, limitava-te, não te deixava dar cash out. Acho que é esse o ponto. Não sei quem é este gajo que está a dar expose, mas pelo que estou a perceber, ou ele também tem uma influência do caralho, tem uns tomates. Pois, não sei. Eu nem conhecia este gajo. 4 milhões de seguidores não é brinquedo.
Scamming people.
He just admits to it.
Oh, he takes credit for a lot more than that.
So what happened just a month ago now, when they sent 18 people to show up at my city,
como é que estás, mano?
outside my door having a quote-unquote protest.
Wait, 18 people to your house?
Yeah, there was 18 people.
And this is, to be clear, a competitor.
Tomás Superboc, meu menino do patrocínio da Superboc. Obrigado, mano. Obrigado, meu rei. Obrigado a todos que subscrevem o meu canal. Somos mais de 400 outra vez, mano. Obrigado a todos. Quando na altura que ele começou o Expose, supostamente estava permitido lavagem de dinheiro para dar liquidez de skins ao site. Ainda bem, Deadzinho. Boas, Tomás. Brigadão aí pelo teu sub com o Prime, mano. Do fundo do coração, meu rei.
Casino to the one you're working for.
Yeah.
Não, este não é o gajo do role, mas promovia o site.
Is harassing is the only word that comes to mind here. Well, I don't even know if it's. I mean, what was it? What do you think?
Promovia o site com avisos do Monarch a dizer que o que ele fazia era promover um site muito mau, muito malicioso. Vou beber um iogurte.
I think it was. Was it intimidation? What was it?
Oh, it was definitely intimidation as well as harassing. Because like obviously when they show up in my house,
Vocês também lambem a tampa do iogurte? Para aproveitarem tudo?
they make it incredibly difficult for me to be here because they're gonna be right outside my house. And like again, I live in Norway and our rules are way too nice.
Coffee, I'll admit it. This is a little bit more than an internet tough guy. These are mafia tactics.
It's insane. I mean, Monarch is still trying to say this is all fair game.
Yeah, so we did this funny protest one day. We sent the cute little cult. There was maybe like 15 people outside of his house with the infamous Sticky Hand who claims to have lost his house to CSGO scam.
It's Sticky Hand! I'm a Calden because CSGO rolls at my house! Grim, I'm coming for you! Killian, I'm coming for you! Give my house back! Give my house back! Give my house back!
They were there, they parked with their like tents like outside of the house and they had like microphones and they had the pitchforks and stuff. And they were just like marching in the neighborhood. And Sticky Hand did also. He went to knock on his door.
Olha o Revox com 18 mesinhos seguidinhos. Muito obrigado, mano. Muito obrigado. Obrigado a todos, pessoal. Obrigado a todos, meu. I love you guys. I love you. I wish you the best Christmas ever. Everyone.
Just to speak with him.
I have to
know
say,
it's
this is an insane level of harassment. I mean, I get that you believe he scammed people, and let's say he did scam people. That should be left to law enforcement, not to like, you know, y'all are basically like video vigilantes, you know, going to his house. I saw Warren also posted something about like he'd pay money for someone to break into his house in Minecraft. That was a joke, or
that obvious joke. Yeah, that would be crossing a line. Yeah, I can agree. Somebody could say that this is like it might be pretty insane, but
that's how much
time,
you believe Killian has scammed people. I think it goes to what you detest this company so much you think basically it's worth the price to for this war.
So we have the numbers, we have the facts, we pretty much know exactly how much he has made from CSGO. We've had extensive conversations with Grim himself. We know that he understands exactly what he's doing. He's consciously scamming people, and we have consulted lawyers about this, and we are actually planning to take legal action. But the unfortunate thing is that there are ways how they can evade this kind of like legal justice, and
Sim, este gajo é o dono do Empire. Este gajo tem dinheiro como uma merda.
probably there's not going to be real like legal consequences for him, and if there are, it's going to be kind of like, you know, years down the line after CS:GO has exit scammed.
That's sort of my problem. This is clearly harassment, but Monarch's not wrong that the people in this industry usually get away with it.
But he's in
Igualmente ao Tomás.
the same industry.
Well, exactly. And that's what kills his argument. Either way, this whole thing is so heated that both sides now think they're in danger.
Let's talk about security.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's probably is shaking you up, made you rethink how much you need to protect yourself. Have you taken any steps to try to... Obviously, you said you did go to the police. They did nothing.
Eu não sou o
What
Ruivo.
else did you do?
É o Grim, sim.
Right now I have 24/7 security sitting outside. So that's the precaution I have currently.
That's expensive.
Yeah, no, it is expensive. It is. Like, I'm not paying for it, but yes, it is expensive. I've heard the figures.
Who
It
is
very
paying for it?
expensive. CS:GO is paying for it.
So you got your rival casinos, and one is paying for 24/7 security for the influencer because an opponent casino is gonna go to their house and harass them and
O CSGO está-lhe a pagar a segurança.
possibly do more.
Yeah.
So also like I'm genuinely scared for my life. I'm genuinely scared for my family, like because of this whole thing. Like I am with like huge security guards, and I need to be like super careful. I don't really like. I need to be careful where I move, and I need to be super careful about like my location being doxed. Because I think he has all the reasons to kill me. So.
Do you think he would cross that line? As you said, you would never do that.
Sim, manda chuva.
Do you think he would?
No, knowing him as a person, he's pure evil. Has no morals. It would be literally plus EV to get me killed. So now I'm doing my best to first of all not have my location leaked, but also I have like significant security because of that.
That has to be a serious expense. I mean, it's like 24/7 security is expensive, right?
I mean, it's not cheap. Plus, also like have to take a bunch of like precautions for my family as well.
I think I may be dying of what humans call irony. They're both scared?
Yeah, everyone's terrified of revenge. And it explains why people not involved wouldn't want to be involved. Even just recently, I heard another YouTuber has been getting the Monarch treatment. Flyers, house visits, confrontations. Who would want that?
You, apparently. What's to stop Monarch from coming after you?
Nothing. I mean, I would say the harassment is usually limited to influencers in the gambling sector, but recently an esports journalist got threatened as well.
These people are dangerous.
É por isso, eu devia também começar a dar exposes, mano. Acham que eles me metiam aqui pessoal no Fujacal para me bater? Eu vinha logo aqui a facção toda a dar-lhes porrada, mano. Eu tenho as costas quentes, mano.
And these people are clearly willing to do anything for money. Let's get them out of esports
Aqui no
once and
Fujacal.
for all.
We are looking into it. We might actually do some legal action towards him, like some defamation lawsuit or whatever. I think it would be fun to do just for the lore, just for the memes, and it could be like this could be a fun marketing campaign. And for this reason, the cult is coming for Richard.
I tried to confront Monarch on it. I also tried to confront him on this bounty thing.
I'm going to do this story, and obviously I'm going to try to tell it how I tell all my stories, which is as neutral and like to the facts as possible. But I don't want anyone going after me either. I don't want anyone showing up at my house, to be very transparent with you.
Yeah. I'll be transparent, and I'm not intending to send any sticky hands. So.
Oh, I also have to say, did you know Warren offered me a bounty to do this story?
I did not.
Y'all shouldn't tell journalists that. That's not good. Y'all shouldn't pay people to do stories.
Noted.
Yeah, because it just makes it hard to, because I can't obviously can't accept that. That would completely compromise everything I stand for. To be like, it'd be biased. It'd bias me towards your side if I was to accept that. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I just wanted to address it.
And I really respect your approach. See that you're a great journalist.
Oh, how reassuring that someone you're making a video on likes you before the story.
Yeah, I guess we'll see if he keeps his promise on that, but I also wanted to confront the guy who offered me $20,000 to do the story too.
Let me guess. He dodged the question?
Sort of. He said that he didn't know that I was a journalist and that I wasn't someone to offer money to. He also claimed that this industry has cooked him and that everything is money oriented.
I mean, that part might be true.
Oh, for sure. I mean, for all the talk about justice and scams, it's about money too. Just recently, Grim says he got this message. Monarch would stop the house harassment if he dropped CSGO Roll and took a match deal at CSGO Empire.
So that's that then. You've had the villain the whole time.
Not quite. I mean, we had to address the bribe, we have to address the harassment, but our story is
Não, isto supostamente vai ser bom episódios, pelo que eu percebi.
not about gambling influencers being the victims, who are also millionaires, by the way. Remember, we're investigating everyone, and Monarch's just kind of the tip of the iceberg of the problem. I want to know who's really behind this thing, who's really the victims, and who's really the villain.
I started gambling on Counter-Strike when I was